Hello guys and welcome to a new WetalkUAV video. Today, 10 things that you better not do with your gimbal. I love my job. Hello guys and welcome again to a new WetalkUAV video. This is Alex, your host, and Chivo on the camera. Today for this video we brought one of our favorite camera gimbals. This is the Moza Air 2, and the first thing is, did you see this? This is the first mistake that you may do with your camera gimbal. You are actually the fourth axis because this kind of gimbals only stabilize 3 axes and yourself walking is the fourth axis. So try to take a look at your steps because you have to walk like this, and if you're running, be sure to be as flat as possible because if you don't watch your step, your footage is gonna be Second mistake, fancy gimbal movements. Guys, with this kind of gimbals, if you want to do cinematic shooting, nice B-roll, be as simple as possible. The easiest shots, the easiest movements, slow, just forward, slow, moving a little bit to the side, slow, appearing, letting something appear on your screen. These are the keys to have an amazing cinematic footage without. Another common mistake that starters do, especially if they buy a new gimbal, is putting too much weight on it. And by that, I don't mean that your camera is too heavy. I mean that you should check how much capacity your gimbal can take in terms of weight. And if you start putting an external microphone, LED lamp, you put a big telephoto lens, your gimbal will start struggling and you will just say, okay, my gimbal just sucks. And it's not true. There's a capacity, respect that capacity, and you will be able to stabilize your footage properly. The next 2 points are connected, and let me start by talking about batteries and battery sets. Look at this, Chivo. Batteries, you never know when they run out or if they get discharged very fast. So our recommendation here is always please to get at least a second battery set because it will save you so many problems. If you're filming an event, you're filming anything, just take them. And the second point that is connected to this one is once you are looking for a gimbal and you want to purchase a gimbal, make sure not to spend your whole budget on just the gimbal. Save some money, 100, 200 bucks, whatever you can, save it because you're gonna need extras, and batteries are gonna be one of the first options that you're gonna purchase after. And hold on, Chivo, because I'm gonna get the third point right here. Make sure, please, to choose wisely the gimbal you're buying. This is the first and probably the most important no. When I see people that for their filming style, vlogging style or whatever, buy some gimbals that are just not suited for that, and make sure, best thing of course here would be that you could check all of the gimbals you want to buy, but I know that you won't. Make sure to see reviews, see comparisons, because some gimbals are good for running and tracking and some other gimbals are better at stabilizing for doing slow-mo, B-roll and stuff. So make sure to check all these details out and choose wisely the gimbal you will purchase. Another very important step here is once you chose properly the right gimbal for you, you also want to see, well, actually it is part of that choosing the right gimbal for you. If you have a camera, for example, the Fuji X-T3 here of my friend Chivo, you want to check if it is compatible with your gimbal, if it can help you. Maybe you don't care about compatibility, but nowadays it is quite important. And maybe you're able to access the camera settings through the gimbal and you can change the ISO, the shutter speed and all that just by pressing some buttons on the gimbal. So make sure to check that out always. Another thing that many people do as a mistake is once they purchase a gimbal, or even people that have had a gimbal for quite some time, is not spending time customizing the settings and the parameters of the gimbal. By that I mean the speed of the motors, the power of the motors, the different functions that you can set up on the different buttons, because that, depending on your style, will make entirely the difference. And if you film with a specific style and you put the right settings, you will save time, you will have better footage, and overall your product is gonna be much better. So make sure to spend some time on that. Another common mistake that many people do, I count myself among those people, is once you change the lens, starting all over and calibrating the camera again. This is very important because, of course, each lens has a different weight, and once you put the camera back on the gimbal, it won't be properly stabilized, and then it starts, you know, going all crazy, and your footage will be affected on that. So also make sure to do this. And last but not least, our 10th point goes out to those people that are very sloppy, like also myself, when setting up the gimbal with your camera. And spend some time, spend enough time and put your camera properly and stabilize it properly, because otherwise the gimbal won't work 100% good. And you don't want to be filming something unique like a wedding and be there and then the camera just you know, breaks the whole shot. So make sure to spend some time on that too. And those were pretty much the 10 things that we wanted to tell you that you should not do, or better, you shouldn't do when you have a gimbal. And remember, back in the time, 5, 6, 7 years ago, it's not even that far, when we had other types of gimbals with weights. You had to calibrate them and set them up like half an hour to get your camera functioning properly. Well, these gimbals are pretty intelligent right now and easy to use. However, there are 10 things at least that you should better avoid doing. And this video was just for that. No more talking. Leave us in the comments if you need anything else or just want to know something about gimbals or the Moza R2 or the Ronin SC or whatever you want to know. And be sure always to leave the thumb and nothing really else to say. Hit the bell and keep calm and talk UAV.